How's it going, guys? So sorry for not having the trailer drop yesterday. I wasn't exactly feeling very well from eating too much food and stuff like that. But welcome to our new playthrough, Splinter Cell. Now, I haven't played Splinter Cell, at least the first one, since like back when I was in middle school, when the first trailer actually dropped. Ever since I've seen that, then is one of the games that I've actually always wanted to get and always wanted to play. And then it's like a year or two later, fam actually got me the game, and I pretty much fell in love with Splinter Cell after that. There's 6 Splinter Cell games, and this will be the first one, and then the Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, which is the third one, which is my all-time favorite. Splinter Cell 4, I think, which is Double Agent, and then Splinter Cell 5, which is Conviction, and then Splinter Cell 6, which is Blacklist. The last 3 were just complete trash. They just were not good at all whatsoever, especially number 6, which I actually own. The original voice actor for Splinter Cell, I want to say he's done the first 5. I know he's done the first 3. And then he ended up having to stop doing that because he ended up getting throat cancer. So they replaced him with another fellow gentleman who did the voice of Sam Fisher, who is an NSA spy agent who goes into other agencies and other acts of countries to eliminate foreign diplomats or to investigate corruption in parts of the government. And that's who we're going to be playing as, and he's literally one of the most badass people you could ever play as, and especially the voice actor does him too. Perfect voice actor for him. And yeah, like I said, it's been one of my favorite games, and I do own Chaos Theory. Splinter Cell 2 Pandora Tomorrow was not on Steam. I think the rest of them were, but they wanted like $40 or $50 for the game, and I was just not paying for that. I got these two on a deal for like $2. So this is gonna be our next. This is gonna be a new playthrough, and hope you guys enjoy the new intros, and hope you'll enjoy the new outros and everything else that'll be added into it. And of course, I did a pre-recording to make sure everything works as usual, because it's a 32-bit game. I'm having to actually stretch out the screen in my editing thing, so it won't actually look as the game would actually be captured because of OBS always being picky, and also because my computer that I have doesn't have an HDMI port, so I can't connect it to my second monitor, so which would make things so much goddamn easier. But as usual, let's start this game, and of course we're going to play on normal difficulty. You can choose that or hard. As usual, I usually play on the most easiest ones because it makes it easier for the playthrough, and I can explain a lot of stuff. So, and as usual, I'll try to keep these videos around like 30 minutes-ish. I've been doing 30 minutes because it's just a little more, gives you a little more content, and you know, people's choice whether or not they want to watch a 30-minute video or not. So let's start this.
Canceled a trip to Georgia this morning after the suicide bomb assassination of that country's president by separatist rebels from the Abkhazia region. Continued fighting in the Abkhazia and South Ossetia regions has hindered Georgia's hopes of integration into Western institutions. Industry baron Kombain Nikolad seized power today in a bloodless coup, installing himself in the presidential palace behind a wall of political and military support. The charismatic billionaire plans on holding elections within a matter of days to affirm his seat of power, and promises a pristine and profitable relationship with America and the West. Bringing high-speed fiber optic connectivity to areas of Eastern Europe that less than a decade past didn't have telephones. The technological leap is due largely to the efforts of rising information industries in the Netherlands, and especially Georgia, where the Vice President called his visit to Georgia an honor, and called Georgian President Kombain Nikolad a man with his eyes on the future.
So that would be the first intros. If you're wondering why they're in a rectangular box like that, that's just because the way the game is made. So I tried stretching it out, but there's just no actual way to do it. So when it comes to little intersections like that, they'll always be in a rectangular box, but I managed to actually stretch out the game so where it looks like full screen to where you don't have to worry about the black bars on the side. And it'd basically be with every little intro or little video like that, we'll have that besides the actual gameplay itself. And we're going to be going through the training grounds, so you guys actually get to see what we'll be doing, how the game actually works. There are some secret areas in here. One of the key codes, I don't remember what they were, but it does allow you to talk to a fellow NPC in the game. It's not really that important, it just gives you special dialogue. And there is another area that we'll be exploring that allows us to another secret area in the training grounds that you won't actually know unless you've actually played the game before. And so I'll continue on with that.
Sam Fisher. I can't believe you beat me here.
I like to be early. Hello, Colonel.
You can use my name. The room's safe.
Lambert.
Good to see you again. I trust NSA orientation is going well?
Well enough. Everybody's been real coy about what exactly I'm allowed to know.
It's the nature of the agency. We don't let any one person know everything, which means we've all got to work together.
Even though I'll be out there alone.
You'll be transmitting to us in more ways than you can imagine. And we'll be online through your earpiece and OPSAT.
And that's how we're handling training.
Yep. Sorry to make you run the course. I know you've been taking care of yourself.
I haven't been in the field in years.
Sure. But tradecraft is something you don't forget. It's like riding a bike.
Or wearing high heels.
Be careful, Fisher. Everything we say is being monitored. You know how nervous the brass is about exercising the Fifth Freedom.
I'll be good.
Be better than good. Third Echelon is a brand new initiative. The role aggressive intelligence operations will play in NSA's future will depend largely on your performance. I'll see you on the far side of the course. All right, Sam, let's get started. Can you hear me clearly?
Hi there.
Good. That means the implanted speaker is working correctly. Now, the technicians here want to calibrate your equipment. Can you turn to the red emergency light on the wall to your left? Great. Now the one on your right. Okay, same thing for pitch. Look for another light up in the rafters on the ceiling. Excellent. Now look for one on the ground in front of you. All right, Fisher. We'll get through this as quickly as possible. We'll start simple. Climb up onto that ledge, over that pool.
So welcome to meeting Lambert and Sam Fisher. As I explained, Sam Fisher is a spy we'll be playing. Lambert is basically the leader of Third Echelon, and a spy organization in the NSA that's meant to keep an eye on other organizations in the United States government, along with any other process. So we're going to jump up here, and this is one of the secret areas that you can go into. And trust me, this is one of the games that I pretty much explored like crazy. I think it's Enter? Yeah, Enter. As a kid when I first got this game. And beating it several times, beating a hard difficulty and stuff like that. We're going to go over here to get this lockpick. Now, unlike lockpick games in like something like Oblivion or Skyrim, lockpick in this game works a little more differently. And it's actually a lot more easier. But we'll be keeping that for a particular reason. I think it's C, not C. I think we just jump. Okay, we just jump. I only pre-test this game actually before the actual pre-test to make sure it actually worked. So I didn't want a game that I wouldn't be able to run. But if you were to come up that way, there is a keypad that you'll need, and you'll need the code for it. Like I said, I don't remember what the code was. It allows you to talk to a special character in the game, which I will not be talking to because I already have. And I'll let that be a little experiment for you guys. Splinter Cell.
We'll let you do your thing here. You're looking at your basic assault course. I'll chime back in once you've passed it.
Splinter Cell is one of the basically a stealth game. So if you're not good at stealth games, you probably will not be into Splinter Cell. But if you are into stealth games, then I highly recommend that you actually play Splinter Cell, because it'll be a game that you'll be very addicted to, you know. and of course you got to go to your standard training. Thankfully, you don't have to go through any of this, I don't think, until like later on in the games, where the storyline becomes a little more different. So, no, go back up, go back up, go back up. Thank you. See, there's a little lag to the game. I think it's because I got Steam on anyways. I wish I could run some games without having to use Steam. It would make things so much easier. But they go basically your standard tutorial and stuff like that to just show you, hey, this is what you can do, so on and so forth. Oh yeah, we gotta wait until we go through that. I might have to try drop the graphics down a bit. I have a full graphics, so. And then of course this is a split jump. Oops, maybe we can get this thing. And basically what you do is you press a spacebar against the wall, and then once he's up in the middle there, you'll press the spacebar again, and he'll do a split jump. That's actually really good because you can actually drop down on enemies when they're actually passing below you. And then you'll press, once you're up like that, then you'll press C, and then he'll put the legs up like this. I don't believe it's in the first one. I know it's in this third one, and I want to say in the second one too. Eventually, you can actually use this type of move where he'll actually hang by his legs, and he can actually attack people or use his weapons. And if you look onto your right side, you can see your health bar, and then if you look on the bottom corner, you can see your light sensitivity bar, and that will basically drop down. Will allow enemies to know whether or not they can see you in the dark. Unlike games like I was pointing like Splinter Cell, or not Splinter Cell, like Oblivion in Skyrim, where the games are based on if their enemies are too close to you or for how much in your darkness. Well, this game actually really is based on that process. The further the bar is on the right, the more light you're in. The further the bar on the left, the more dark you're in, and the harder for the enemy to actually see you. So they really went into depth to this game when it's based on stealth. And since I'm playing on keyboard, I might try this on controller. You'll press Q, and Sam will actually put his back to the wall like that. And of course, you press Q again to get off the wall. All these tricks and tips and stuff like that will actually be very useful in the game, because some areas you will actually need this. Some of this stuff he's doing, in some areas you won't. But as the game progresses further in, the game gets a lot more harder, and you have to be very more picky of what weapons you actually use, what items you use, how you proceed through your stealth, and not try to get caught. Thankfully, going downstairs and he can slide in like that. Going downstairs is not inverted, where you have to press the up key to go down, which is extremely good and annoying.
Good job, Fisher. As soon as you can find a way over the gate, we'll move on to covert ops training.
And covert ops, basically meaning that's where you'll actually start working on your stealth, of how to take enemies out from the shadows, and how to avoid enemies. And human enemies are not going to be one of the main ones you're going to have to really avoid, worry about too much. Is cameras in this game. And some cameras are actually based on have either lasers, or they actually have lights and stuff too. I think it's inventory. What is inventory in this game? I think you can press. I know it's. I can't remember. Is it E? You know what? I'm gonna pause the game right here real quick. I'm gonna see what my inventory bag is. 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. I had to check it out. Apparently they put quick inventory as control, which I find is really weird. But your lockpicks. And then we'll use those. Or, excuse me. No, we're going to use E, I think. It says E is that, but that doesn't make any sense. How do I lockpick? No. Interesting. It won't allow me to lockpick. I may have to fit around with some of the controls. But anyways, if you go in there, I'm not going to really worry about too much. You know what? That's going to be a big part of what I need. I'm going to end the first recording right here, and I'm going to immediately pick it back up. I want to test out some of these controls real quick. I do apologize. Alright guys, we're back. Apparently, it will not allow me to lockpick, so I don't know if that's a bug in the game or what, but that's not a good sign for me. I really hope the game's not already bugging out already. But either way, this is where we're going to first start doing our stealth tactics. So the first video is literally just going to be us doing tutorial. Mr. Lambert. Oh, it's not. Okay, I guess he's just watching us. Never mind. Oh.
You're moving on into covert ops. The objective is to sneak through the area without being detected. We've got live bodies in there. Some of the top CIA instructors have kindly volunteered to be your victims.
Yeah, I know all that. So basically, in Splinter Cell, you can actually shoot the lights out to make a room darker. However, that will actually bring in interaction with enemies to wondering why the light is out, and they'll be more on their guard. So, you gotta be kind of careful now.
The next door is locked, Sam. You'll need to use your lockpicks to get through it.
Equip your lock, press and hold the quick inventory key, central. Use your mouse to navigate the menu. Select the lockpicks from the gadget section. I did all that and it didn't work. To release a pin, you must press the correct movement key, W or default. Once you hear the pin, some key repeat. That's yes. Repeat interactions. Basically, lockpicks will not break in this game, but they're, I'd say, more kind of time based because if enemies are on patrol, it makes things a little more difficult. Yeah, this will depend whether or not. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I can't pick the lock. This is not good. Jumping doesn't work. I think there's a bug in the game. I'm going to end this recording again. This is going to be like a 3-part video type of thing. I'm going to reload the game, and I'm going to see if that fixes it, because this should not be happening in this game already. Alright, sorry guys. Alright guys, we're back. Apparently I was messing around with my controllers when I first started doing my first test of this game, and it kind of messed up my controls, so that's the reason why. So it wasn't an actual bug in the game. I actually had to look it up on Reddit, and I actually unbounded some of my keys, so that's the main reason why that didn't work. So let's see here. So yeah, I could have easily picked that door and didn't realize I had my keys unbound. It was my fire key, by the way. So basically you do...
This next door is keypad locked. The man guarding the door has the code to open it, but he's been instructed not to cooperate. Convince him otherwise.
So, yes, I know this shit. So basically you would go to your central, you selected that, and then you would press your fire key, which is your left mouse button. So make sure if you're messing around with your control keys, pay attention which ones you use. This is one is just interrogation. This is where you'll actually sneak up on some opponents. Some of the things, not besides locked doors, you'll have keypads that you'll need to get the code from, and retinal scanners too, that you'll need a specific person to get through these keypads or retinal scanners. And make sure you don't kill them, because otherwise you'll just end up failing the mission, and you'll actually have to reload.
Hi there.
Hi.
You're not going easy on me, are you?
Not so tight. That hurts.
Sorry about that. What's the door code?
28469.
It was a pleasure working with you.
Likewise.
And then you press your fire key to make sure you knock them out. But also make sure that, I don't know if it'll allow me to do this one or not. Okay, it looks like it will. Make sure you actually move bodies into the dark, because if you leave bodies in the open light like that, it will alert fellow enemies into the game, and you're going to kind of screw yourself. Was it 284? What was it? 28469? I have like a memory like a goddamn fly. Let me see, what was it? I think it was in here, right? Notes. 28469, yeah, okay. Keypad 28469. This is the retinal scan one.
This next door is retinal scanner locked. These things are cheap and near impossible to hack. Fortunately, it's just a matter of getting the right eyes to the scanner, usually an officer. The gentleman ahead is registered for the scanner. Convince him to open the door for you.
And of course, I apologize if you have my family in the background. They're decorating for Christmas.
Yeah, we got 3 working sets. That's cool.
And then basically you'll drag your opponent over here to the retinal scanner. I think the next one is cameras, I want to say. Or is that the next phone area? Oh,
Let's
yes.
work on stealth. Your gun should always be a last resort. Invisibility is your best weapon. We've got a network of photocells on your outfit connected to a visibility meter on your OPSAT. If the meter's at 4, you're lit up like a Dutch brothel. At 0, you're a ghost's shadow.
Little humor by Lambert there. But yeah, that's the one thing I explained. Now, there's regular cameras and there's armored cameras. That one is an armored camera. Cameras you can shoot if it's a last possibility thing. If you know for a fact you cannot get past that area, go ahead and take the camera out. But in some areas with armored cameras, you can't shoot them. So the only thing you're doing is making noise, which is going to draw the attention of enemies. So, I think it was what, E? And if it's possible, shoot as less lights as you can. Oops. Because it will make things a lot easier for you later in the game.
Security
Are you what?
I saw you on the monitor, Sam. Let's try that again.
Well, that's my first fail. Seriously. Well, interactions like that would have ended getting my ass killed, so I didn't think that camera would have spotted me with not taking this light out, but apparently so. But it's the first video, it's tutorials, so, you know, now that was going to be perfect. Let's see, night vision, press 2. And thankfully this is the better night version. Unlike, one's in Chaos Theory when it's mercenaries versus spies. That one's, God, I missed that game, but they took it off, so.
Some cameras are more fragile, and all you'll need to do to get past them is shoot them.
Mm-hmm. Take that night vision off. Yes, I know, all this crap, thank you. So let's say you're in this situation here, and there's a light right there, and you're not sure how to get past that camera. And you don't want to stick your body out too far, so what you can do is you can put your back to the wall, and it allows you to sneak over a bit. And now if I'm correct, if this is actually in this... Okay, no it's not. Okay, well, I think it's later on in the game. Is it? No? Okay, no, it is in this one. Sam can hold his back against the wall and still use his weapon to do that. And you can also use your weapon as a distraction and stuff like that too, to point an enemy into another direction. There's usually objects like glass bottles and cans that you can throw in another direction to try to sneak up on that enemy or get past them. So, the developers of this game really, well, the developers are actually Ubisoft, really thought about this game, which is really nice. This is one of the situations I was talking about.
Sometimes the only way to pass a camera will be to stick to existing shadows and time your movements.
As you can basically see, armored camera, bunch of lights. You can't shoot it, so you have to. Ooh, I apologize. You have to sneak past it. Oh crap! God damn! What? Ugh. Seriously?
I saw you on
Yeah.
Let's try that again.
I wasn't paying attention to my goddamn light meter over there. Always pay attention to your light meter because that's what's really going to save you in this game. And of course, I wasn't paying attention to that, so. And always, even if you have to spend like a minute or so, just to time the movements of enemies' movements or the camera movements to actually see. Take your time. Because this is one of the games you really do not want to rush, and it takes a lot of patience to actually get through. I think we'll wait until the next turnaround. What? Are you serious?
I saw you on the monitor.
Yeah. I didn't think that camera would see me, damn it. But apparently so. Like I said, you want to really time your movements. Of course, I'm playing on a goddamn keyboard, so it's like I'm more used to controller than keyboard. So it makes things a little more difficult. I don't know if we can... I don't have my brightness all the way up either, so... I don't know if I can be able to time that or not. Might have to time when it's facing that way. Because apparently it spotted me the other goddamn way. Which I didn't think was possible, but apparently so.
Intruder on surveillance.
Come on, seriously?
I saw you on the monitor.
Alright guys, I'm going to pause the video right here until we get past this goddamn part. So I don't waste anyone's time. Alright guys, we're back. Took me like another 4 attempts because that guided camera kept spotting me. The joys of this game.
Knock out the guard in the corridor and hide his body before the patrolling guard finds it.
Yes, I know this shit. This is basically where you gotta knock out a guard and, like as I explained before, hide his body. This game might be a little more easier on controller, I don't know. I don't know if it'll even run on controller or not.
Okay, now, Fisher, let's bring in another guard to evaluate your work.
You can actually go into that room and knock that guy out too.
Good work, Sam. Remember that discretion is critical to our operations. Covering up the evidence of your passing through will go a long way towards proving our usefulness in the field.
And I believe the next area is going to be based on sounds. Objects you actually run into, you may have to walk across like glass and stuff like that. We don't have to crouch anymore. Can I run? Okay, let's see here. Can we run this in? Okay, no we can't. Not yet. I know later on we can run. Yes, this room.
The next hallway's the same idea, but for sound. I'll be monitoring a few hidden mics.
And this is basically one of those areas you want to move as slow as possible. And I apologize for the random heartbeat you'll hear. Why are you not jumping? Oh, because it's switched. I originally had jumping switched from shift to spacebar, but apparently the game doesn't like that. I apologize if you hear my PC running like an engine over there. I apologize if you hear my family in the background.
Have you started yet? Fisher, holy Christmas, you're at the end. Phenomenal work. Let's move on.
Damn right. And then after this is just interactions with the NPCs and stuff like that, so that's pretty much the tutorial.
That's gotta be him.
Yep. Sam Fisher, let me introduce you to Vernon Wilkes Jr. Hello.
Vernon Wilkes Jr. is going to be one of the most
I've heard
important
crazy
characters in the
things
game.
about your work.
I hope you don't mind. I told him some of your stories from Kuwait.
We're all friends here.
Right on.
Junior Wilkes is a longtime NSA employee. He'll be your wheels, wings, and weapons. He coordinates transportation and equipment.
Great.
For sure. Man, you must be itching to get back out in the field, huh?
It's all I'm good at.
Well, it's all we need. Welcome to the NSA.
I'm sure things are going to come together famously. Third Echelon is a brand new initiative, and we're going to have a lot to prove.
Right.
The two of you will be Third Echelon's first team on the ground. Be ready for it, and do us proud. Welcome to the NSA.
And that's basically the tutorial. So I apologize for any of the pauses, multiple pauses, or any of the stuff like that. First video I expected to be because I haven't played this game in years, and I know what some of the buttons are, what some of the problems may actually be for me actually switching the controls around. Like I said, this game is highly based on stealth. Like 98% of it's completely based on stealth. So like I said, if you're not good at stealth games, Splinter Cell is not the game for you. But if you are, I highly recommend this game. This will be our new walkthrough. And I say walkthrough, not really playthrough, because I haven't played this game since goddamn middle school. I will test this game out to see if I can actually run on a controller. If that's the case, then I'll be using controller instead of keyboard. But otherwise, it will just be playing on keyboard, so it's going to be a little more difficult. But, yeah. So, I hope you guys will enjoy this. Like I said, hope you guys will enjoy the new intros and outros and everything else I'll be adding to it. And hope you guys this Friday's going good. Hope you guys maintain safe, healthy, and sanitized. Drop a like, think about subscribing. Drop a comment below. Have you ever played a Splinter Cell game, and what was your favorites? And I'll make sure I'll check them out. I'll see you guys around.